Hello everyone and welcome back to Rogue Trader. I hope you are doing alright. I'm certainly doing alright to continue this really good game. In the previous episode we managed to reconquer our capital and the Archon, the Dark Elder Archon has fled, which I don't really like. I would love fight with him. However, he left quite a good surprise party or a surprise attack on us, and we managed to defeat them with some difficulty. And now we have a lot of things in our journal, and I believe we have to speak with quite a few of our companions. Also, we determined who will accompany us in the grand ceremony when we are finally became a rogue trader. Well, we need a ceremony to become legally a rogue trader, or at least in the eye of the public.
Hello, Talk.
Tell about your kin and your homeworld.
I refuse to discuss this with a monkey. We are but traveling companions who happen to be following the same road among the stars. Do not even try to get under my skin. It will not work.
Okay. Now I think there was prompts to talk to Idira. When Idira sees you, her lips curve into a smile and she nods at something over your shoulder. Epitaph Incident N87204. Tag Blight. Do these words mean anything to you? Perhaps your abilities can tell you something. Yeah, this Tag Blight is from the two data cores that we find, one on Dargonus and one on Kiewa Gamma.
They mean nothing to me. They're just words. A whisper, so quiet I barely caught it. Like a feather landing on a pile of down. Something about damned ambitions, antiquity, terrible antiquity. And chance. Chance through it all. Oh, now I have a headache. And the stupid bloody whisper wasn't much help. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Okay, and we have to speak someone else. The incident. Idira. Voxmaster and Helmsman. Yeah, need Voxmaster. She is usually at the throne. Yes. For Captain, the ship informed me of an imminent meeting. Can you recall anything unusual about Theodora's travels? Do the words Epitaph, Incident, Number, or Tag Blight ring a bell? All of Lady Theodora's journeys could be considered unusual, but others were always audacious. I'm pretty sure that's not the right pronunciation for that. Oh, this sorry, I just scanned. As for the words you mentioned, none of them sounds familiar to me as far as I can tell. Expect maybe the incident. I recall coming across this word in transmission several times. I think it was repeated by the former engine seer, the one who perished during Conrad Voigt's uprising. He was describing it as the incident, something quite remarkable. Apparently at some point in the past, the entire ship was hit by a massive system failure. All systems stopped responding for 1/5 of a second. Most of the crew, including myself, as I was likely on board at the time, did not notice anything strange. But tech priests are sensitive to such things. That is all I can tell you, Lord Captain. I wish I could help more. That will be all for now. Does the word epitaph mean anything to you, or perhaps incident, the number, or tag blight? It all has something to do with Theodora's travels, rather extraordinary travels at that. Can't say they do, Lord Captain. Doesn't ring any bells. Then again, remembering all the places Lady Theodora went is his brow furrows. Epitaph incident. We have always had heaps of incidents happening on board, but through my implants I feel at one with this ship. And I sense that, and I don't know when it happened exactly, it started behaving differently, become more responsive, livelier. Yes, livelier is exactly the word. And when you said epitaph, an incident, it just dawned on me. Pardon my bungled report, Lord Captain, but that's all I've got to say on that front. I must take my leave. Lord Captain? Well, we have some more dialogue options. What can you tell me about the other officers? Good for nothing wasters, that's what they are. Each and every one. Big John Darnock, that Heimborn weasel. He fawns over the officers, but some of the deals he makes would get him burned alive. He drags other people into his schemes so they can take the fall for him too. One of my junior helmsmen was ferrying goods from Footfall for him. Got caught by the seneschal and ended up in the void hatch. Dunrock couldn't care less. The Voxmaster, another polyman like the last one, void rest him, is no better. She cut off half the Vox channels the day she took up her post. Said the Vox systems were damaged and the Enginarium had no contact other modules. But how am I supposed to steer the ship? Collect the Cox reports with the power of my mind? First Officer Versarian, I can't stand him. Like every Navy officer I ever met, he doesn't know a thing about controlling a vessel in the void, but he puffs himself up all the same, and throws his weight around. Me and him had to have a words a few times before he left me alone. Thank the Emperor, Lady Theodora trusted me more than the Seneschal when it came to helming the void ship. Then there's that woman, what's her name? Plus, Lady Theodora's brought her along whenever she went, and look what happened to her. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out it was that witch that delivered her to an early grave, just like countless souls before. I don't see why anyone would want that walking calamity on their ship, but some would disagree. They say she's friends with young Toliman, you know, or at least she used to be. Tell me, do you like anyone at all? Ravor looks perplexed. What kind of a question is that? I like you and Lady Theodora before you. Where would I be if I was making cracks about the rogue trader? Ha, I don't want to die just yet. Do you know anything about the ship named the Fiery Reckoning? Runner winces as if in pain. I've heard the name that much, I'm sure of, but I can't recall the details. Ha, I wonder if it was part of that operation that the late Mort was put in charge of. If it was, then there's nothing I can tell you, Lord Captain. The whole thing was kept under wraps. Your best chance would be to ask High Factotum. Maybe some of his treasury records have mentions of his fiery reckoning. Okay, we already did that. I wanted to check on Argenta as well.
Greetings.
Okay, nothing new there. Now let's talk to Abelard. about the incident.
Lord Captain,
Do the words Epipath incident or tag blight mean anything to you? They are connected to Theodore somehow.
no, definitely not. No, I don't recall anything like that.
From one of us, I go blank, as if he has turned his attention or down to blinks twice and says in a tone of surprise. Well, I trust him.
Lord Captain,
Oh, to talk to Nomos. But before that, let's talk to the High Court Totem. I would like to order shipping of goods. Let's go to the Cosbody Commission and let's increase reputation because we have a lot of Xeno artifacts. Now we need profit factor. And we are almost there to have some colony stuff built. So basically 70 would be the maximum we need. Let's check the Imperial Navy. Cannot trade to them anything. Now let's check on Nomos. I guess the servitor waiting there whose critical turns his head toward you. The vox emits a rasping voice. Hello, Nomos, welcome your visit. What have you been doing, Nomos? We have been studying and observing, and helping the ship when we can. So many mechanisms they would have suffered without your input. What about the research notes on the tech blight that we obtained from the cache on Kiava Gamba? This name is also known to us. It is related to Nomos, although we do not understand how. The incident was a shipwide system failure of some kind. It and Epitaph had something to do with the ship flying better. The incident marked the beginning of us. The ship became better because of us too. These are all links in the same chain, but we cannot piece them together yet. The people who accompanied Theodore on her travels are strangely unaware of the incident in the Epitaph. Human shells are subject to external influences. Perhaps someone purged their memory archive, or perhaps they simply do not want to access them. It is a shame that no new information was obtained, but Nomos are grateful that you tried. Mistake. When the cyberargos gaze tracks you as you walk away from the Okay. We cannot do anything else. Nomos origins represent itself in time. Okay. Let's check what's left to do in chapter 3. The Emperor and my ride. Rest is about to take place at Organos in the Mundus Volunteer system. Overseeing the preparations is the Master of Ceremonies who is waiting in the palace. Okay, so we can... Oh, we have just one contract, which is still not worth doing. Let's check on the colonies. We have to travel And I think... Oh, we are quite a bit off from there. Now that's closer. That's pretty close. Let's do the ceremony. And then we visit our colonies. We will visit the colonies for those events and do a little bit of exploring, because we have in the northern part of the map a system we haven't explored yet, because we rushed back towards Dargonus when it was under a raid. And we will see what chapter 3 will hold for us, or has in store for us. That's the correct phrase, or better phrase. Okay. Can hear a crowd now. They were quick with the repairs. Nothing interesting there. Maybe check our room. Nice little store. And now the secret room is open again. I haven't noticed those things spinning. What's that? According to the inscription on the statue, this is a gift from House Capra to the one Valencius dynasty. Master of ceremonies. Let's check with Clementia. Nothing new. How about Achilles calendar? Nothing new here. Okay. A servant in fine clothes offers you deep bow. Your lordship, it is a great honor to serve you in an undertaking as monumental and glorious as the Magnae Accessio ceremony. You have been entrusted with arranging the festivities. I have indeed, your lordship. I have been given the high honor of being steward of this eminent palace, and on the occasion of your lordship's ascension, I will be overseeing the preparations for the ceremony. House Gaprak, to whom you entrusted the arrangements for the festivities, thanks you for not turning your back on them even in the dark times, and for allowing them to honor of introducing you to your subject. Is everything ready? The palace decorations are prepared and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and the guests of honor either have arrived on the planet or are awaiting invitation in near orbit. The servants are already in your chambers to see to it that you are impeccably garbed for the occasion. Then let us begin. May the Emperor be with us this day. Now let's see. And we might run into the two other rogue trader in this sector. Or better say the Coronus Expanse. And hopefully we don't have to shoot ourselves out. I don't really trust ceremonies anymore. Come on. Regios von Valancius subject of his ascension, the new rock with the generously show you his favor. In his unfathomable benevolence, the rogue trader has decreed that every soul be given a day's ration and a personal yourself, so that all may be fed and warm on this day. Praise the rogue trader, magnanimity. But they are just throwing coins at them, not pure cells and rations. Wow. The crowd bellow is rolling, the electrified exaltation filling the air of Dargonos. Dozens of throats chant your name. You are the apex of this world of all others. Amplified by 100 voices, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonos. You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master, a great honor bestowed upon us by rogue trader Thrakan von Valancius. Gracious Savior of Darganus and Vanquisher of blaspheming inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. Excruciator of heretics who eradicated the corruption of archery worshippers and cleansed Genos. Gracious Protector of fruitful patron of trade. A hush falls over the crowd who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battle of Darganus. Like children, they await the word of their Almighty Father. Wow! Fear not the coming day, henceforth you are all my charges. Joyful cries carry your name upward beyond the atmosphere of Darganus, all the way to the Emperor's throne. The commoners and nobility look upon you with adoration, and upon Iriad with horror and curiosity. The sight of the Xenos standing at attention by your side strikes awe into their hearts. Pascal sketches a blessing in the air, and many of your subjects wearing beatific smiles copy. Technomats in V-stains robes, bureaucrats scratching at scrolls, with autocreel fingers and aristocrats flaunting their costly augmentations. In a world as civilized as Dorganus, there are many who honor the Omnissiah and his priest. And I think it's just nicely lined up that we choose House Gepek, who are also have a strong tie with the Mechanicus, to not host the ceremonies, but be the ones who are introducing the Rogue Trader. The Master of Ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. Let the oath of the Von Balasnus dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your lordship. I, Thrakan Rogue Trader, by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Okay, I don't read that again. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble, it is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. And is there any after party for the nobles? I would expect such a thing. Yes, there is the reception. The reception was also for the gathering is odd and unusual. I remember this. How about is he taking this off? Oh, what's that? We have Eldar statues and the Commissar at the other side. Okay, are the other rogue traders are here? Let's talk to the governor. Oh, here's the Inquisitor as well. Let's start with Gaprak first. Oh, we cannot. So this is the whole bunch of people there. Okay. Governor Urban Drivestem stands surrounded by a highborn grass-like planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition, but as soon as you approach, Drivestem is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest in the expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your lordship. I welcome to you my palace honored guests. You are buffeted by a salvo of congratulations and compliments. Let's study the faces. Drivestem is obviously still the leader of Darganus aristocracy, but judging by the courtesy he is showing to young Sauerbeck, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house. The senior Sauerbeck and Gaprak are whispering in another corner. Sauerbeck, whose family seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, must be trying to sway Gaprak to his side, which could be quite advantageous to Lady Gaprak. After all, the disaster on Kiabagama has left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Versarians stand apart. The exclusion from the rest are palpable. My greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unflattering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Strachan von Valancius. My shadows never darken the light of the Astromechanic that guides you. May shadows never darken. Okay. As Whisper, the Inquisition's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask, mounted with dozens of augmentics, comes a metallic rap. Glory to the von Valancius heir. Let's study the Inquisition and his companion. The Road Inquisitor appears to be in an amiable temper today. His expression is relaxed and his calm gaze does not bode any immediate or harsh punishment. Among the many augments that stands out, the horribly melted, deformed cogitator connected to the tech priest's head. How it is working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this ruined implant have on his mind? We have not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos, the head of the Coronus Expanse Conclave and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure the sector readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. And my ascension was done while a Xeno stood beside me. Oops. And who is this member of the honorable priesthood of Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant. His whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy ragged breathing. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant query, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues. Warrant due caution. An unexpected visit, I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable, but behind this mask to detect a hint of mockery. Well, let's enjoy the party. This evening will certainly be illuminating. Let's look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed Drysten, you notice a couple of young nobles in Sorbeck and Gaprak colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dragonos have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in grey power armor. Grey power armor? Tall man? I don't see any power armors. Except for the Inquisitor. Okay. The tall man in the grey power armor adorned with a column with a skull is... How long with a skull? Is undoubtedly a high-ranking Inquisitor. Oh, okay. So it describes all the guests. It gives the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is his entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor and the tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind the brass mask. So those are the Inquisitors. Okay. Abala stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach drives them. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. Let's take a guess who is allied with whom in this tangle of snakes. The last time is obviously still the leader of the Dargon's aristocracy, but judging by the courtesy he is showing to young Sowerbeck, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house. The senior Sowerbeck and Gaprek are whispering in another corner. Sowerbeck, whose family seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, must be trying to sway Gaprek to his side. We already know that. What were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dargonos. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. He offers your thin and obsequious smile. Sharing the sector with blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to their raid on Dargonos with a punitive campaign. Young Sowerbeck's smile is conceited and bloodthirsty. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. He talks ardently and smoothly like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. Or they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. The young man in Gaprak speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight in this circle. Saying this would have a nice effect on the Inquisitor. Maybe. Okay, either of these will hurt the Sowerbeck kid. Because we can praise Gapak or mock Sowerbeck. Young Gapak is right, the Xenos are not just a threat, they are also an opportunity. Young Gapak accessed your pace calmly and with dignity as befits a smart boy loaded by his mother and father for his prudence. The Inquisitor standing among the guests clears his throat quietly, but Gaprak's face instantly pales and sours. Okay, look at Abelard's young relative. What is your name? Your Lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Versian and my great-granddaughter Astartia. Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness your Lordship. Astaria bows, keeping her observant, intelligent eyes trained on you. Last time glowers at Astaria with cold hostility, while young Sowerbeck does not even try to hide his burning contempt. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, your Lordship. Never before I have seen such a grand and striking ceremony. Astartia's voice sounds passionate and inspired, and her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. But I was so much more amazed by your generosity. The provisions that are being handed out in the streets of the capital will make the difference between life and death for many of those who lost everything in the Xenos attack. Yeah, that was the idea. Young Gapra keeps staring at Astartia curiously and a little bashfully. It seems the boy likes her. Where are the rest of your kin, Abelard? They are in the city preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Astartia frowns and adds peevishly. I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important tasks too, but he bid me to attend the reception where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. Sorbeck smirks. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. I don't really want to go on these routes, so enjoy the evening. Thank you, your lordship. I am ready to accept your congratulations. In that case, allow me to be the first to offer them. Draftstam snaps his fingers and several servants approach you with gifts. The governor points at a thin curved Drukari braid. My soldiers took this splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xeno commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. Okay, we got just some Xenotech cargo. Who's standing next to us? It's the Sourbeck. Young Sourbeck squeezes to be next, pushing Gaprak aside with confidence. Cyber. What? Ah, that's the weapon's name. Your lordship, how Sourbeck anticipates the one set of unsettled and bloody times. To make the ungodly Xenos cover at your approach, my family humble presents you with 1,000 pieces of secondary armament for your ship. Young Gaprak bows ceremoniously. House Gaprak is delighted to present you this breastwork of the Omnissiah Smith. Made this locator matrix which took the holy artisan an entire lifetime to create always show you the right path. Having let the aristocrats go first as a sign of difference, Alabard is the last to speak. Your lordship, House Versailles possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance, but we are rich in talented and hardworking people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to your colonies in your protectorate and use all their talents so that the words in your charge may prosper. Coordinate my... And can we talk to the Inquisitor? I guess now they're gonna fall into deferentia hush at your approach, judging. Okay, they are treated as a group. The universe is vast and filled with nightmares, both wicked and predatory. Mankind is the prey. Okay, just some number of texts. This venerable Amoras is known as the Scipion Punisher, and it has served the Von Valens dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in the battle in the Xenians that inhabited Scipia too, but it heroically destroyed the 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, securing its status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. Scipion Punisher, but it's just a normal Lemaras battle tank. The Punisher would have a Gatling cannon in the front. Oh, some... Well, that's a strange thing to have here. Well, if it was up to a choice, I would just shot the Kabbalite warrior. This eerily cracking Xenos proof is a testament to how the Omnicia as these become twisted shadows of themselves in the hands of inhumans. Get inside. At least the festivities were peaceful. More aristocrats here. Oh, here are the rogue traders. Oh, Hieronymus Doloroso is also here. That's a nice surprise. Holy Ghost Winter Circle. Rakan, there you are. Welcome to the circle where each member is as powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. Incendia Corda is watching him with a barely suppressed contempt. Yes, you have found yourself suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, you now can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with one who is your equal rather than a member of the lower classes. Let's observe them first. Caligos Winterskill is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile no less dazzling than the blade of the power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes of his magnificent boots to the tips of his hair, radiates strength and the desire to live and win. His smile is cruel, as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation, and his bloodshot eyes are expressionless like a pair of glass buckles. Incendia Corda radiates cosmic gold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous stick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform, adored with purity seals, she is the embodiment of the imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is a gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Hieronymus Doloroso, who you met on footfall, gives you a respectful nod. I welcome you to my domain, honored guests. My, what hospitality. Come to think of it, why would I expect anything different from the heir of the glorious Theodora? If you, Incedia, were to pay me a visit, I wouldn't waste time on warm greetings either. No, I would promptly arm myself with a flamer before your self-righteous parasites could infest my entire palace. Polygus, thank you for your visit. Polygus gives you a cheerful and somewhat feral smile. As a sign of your gratitude, you could return something of mine that has found its way into your pocket. Footfall station sounds familiar. All I asked you to do was help that crafty slug Bloodane deal with the threat of famine, not claim my property for yourself. You abandoned Footfall to its fate, and I saved its people from starving to death. Winterscale bears his teeth ominously, a white spark playing in his eyes. To speak of salvation, you think that now Footfall is safe? Polygus' face turns into a grimace of hatred, but then he catches Incedia looking at him and breaks into a sly smile. I ought to make your protectorate bleed as compensation, but you have spitted both myself and Incendia, and it's high time our dear sister curb her appetite. For this I forgive you, but do not test my mercy again. It is not my strong suit. And we could add that we saved his son. Thwarting Incedia's court, the ambitious deserves a worthy trophy. He snaps his fingers and an armored brute hands you an exotically adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. It's a trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometime. You can show yourself in action, new blood. Polygus exuberantly punches you in the shoulder. How far is your protectorate? Polygus wave off. Protectorate more like the bleeding scraps of one. The warpstone tore it to shreds, but my servants will piece it back together. And if they don't, I chop off their heads and find myself more capable helpers. Something strikes you as strange. Polygus Winterscale wasn't always this, nonchalant about his protectorate. He used to be known as shrewd and business-minded, even concerned for his subject, but it seems he has grown bored of ruling. Does your gift come with a good story? Oh yes, I claimed it in the rift of Hackathon where we had a clash with Xenos. They were really trying to get to my throat, and by the heat and stars they almost succeeded. Polygus is speaking with such joy it is as though he is recounting the best day of his life. Only 1 in 10 made it out of Hackathon, and now it's only me and Wharton here. We returned without any loot and virtually without a ship. All I got from that trip was a hold full of dead Xenos and this deadly beauty, which their leader used to put through 2 holes in my hide. An impressive victory, but do you truly believe a creation of the ungodly Xenos to be a good gift, Polygus? You would call into question the privilege bestowed upon me by the Emperor? You can try. Let the Saint Versus mission put forth their champion, and I will slay him in a trial by combat. Threaten the esteemed Hieronymus one more time, Polygus, and the war that you love to prattle on about will commence. I swear it, one drop of holy blood split by you will send the remains of your realm up in flames better than any tanker of Prometheum. Incendia and Polygon's exchange looks of fury. The latter, snarling like a wolf, is clearly ready to start Shade War here and now. Hearing his drivers hits your ears like a crack of a whip. Well, your pride, both of you. I do not wish to fight you, Polygos, but I fear not your threats. That does not frighten me, for it's inevitable. It is as true as the senseless and pointless of a war between us. Thank you for such a wonderful gift, Polygos. Kill someone important with it, that would be the best show of gratitude. Eye of Hackathon. After each attack, and the rule that move after attacking. Attack with this weapon hits 3 or more targets. This attack has not cooled down. Nice. Incendia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws tried on football, and then at long last I had a chance to put an end to it. To seize that tongue, blood aim by the throat, to force football to atone and put the fear of him back in the masses. But you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. She too was far less concerned with her duty to the expense than her own personal interest. But you can be sure that I will not cease cleansing the furibundus system of the pirate scourge. And if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you will have only yourself to blame. The priest holds up his hands in a vacillating gesture. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is here in targeting someone of the turpitude when true purity can never be found? My apologies, I failed to perceive the essence of your saintly mission in base extortion. A forgivable lack of insight for an administratum clerk, but not for a rogue trader. Polygos laughs unabashedly. Conserve your poisoned arrows, Insidia. I can see a hot temper in the new blood. He just might declare war on you, and I just might support him. He gives you a conspirational wink. Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. The esteemed Hieronymus is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. Hieronymus bows respectfully. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human wickedness. I take it you were not overly fond of Theodora. Oh! I didn't want to do that. It will not be a long one, I assure you. What do you think of the celebration? I like it. Polygos looks around the hall curiously. One can instantly tell what we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratum bootpicker. We are conquerors of wide sectors, layers of unknown beasts, executors of Xeno empires. Polygos, you should take this opportunity to learn. This is what the police of a rogue trader looks like. Not like a Xeno man. Okay, I skipped that word. A pirate's treasure hoard, or however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an orbital battle. Enjoy the evening, I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full, to justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, and the Emperor protects. Okay, these are the silverbacks. Can we speak with Jaya? Hope at least this audition in your honor won't end in a shootout. Well, I can agree with that. May the Emperor keep you from a great day. A group of aristocrats stand apart from the Gondor circle. Their whisperings carries a thing of displeasure. The clear-headed leader of the gathering is a gaunt, bilious-faced man dressed in a silverback chorus. This must be Macarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your lordship. May the Omniscire grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, the one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Toriana Gapar. It is difficult to read her face due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. Oh, and Henrix is also here. Let's observe the guest. Toriana Gapak looks rather anxious. Macarius Sorbeck dressed surprisingly plainly and austerely for an aristocrat of such a high rank. He is frowning suspiciously. He came to the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty wearing a gilded augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. Henrys, who joined the group unnoticed, mostly keeps silent, listening intently to their every word. How are you these days, Toriana? Like a frogging hammer, Toriana's voice falls heavily on the ear. The corruption of Kiebagamma was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Kubis Delphine betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I am ready to accept any punishment. Let's look closely at him. Or her. There is something lurking beneath. Toriana's repentant expression, a grudge. It would seem that she was personally offended by the nightmare into which Cubius Delphine plunged her domain, and she feels betrayed. You notice Toriana's mechanical visors paradoxically looking past you in the direction of Pascal. It seems the ex-priest is an object of fascination for her. I will give you my word that Kievagamma will be rebuilt in all his splendor. Toriana raises her mechanical eyes to the ceiling. I swear on the Omnissiah's all-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. Macarius coughs. It was only a year ago that no one could doubt House Gaprak's usefulness. Yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees, justifying the cost. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. Macarius' face twists into an unpleasant smile which makes the artificial skin of the left side all the more prominent. And I wanted to grant her an audience with Pascal, but it seems we can only have one choice in these conversations. I am a servant of the Von Valanciano dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. Macarius' wife offers you a charming smile as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has so displeased you, Macarius? Macarius says with a caution, I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked, and I will answer. Too long has the Cornus Expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders. The privilege granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they don't. Even you, Lordship, are the subject of the strangest of rumors, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad Royce's people, for instance, claim that you had a hand in the East Thames Theodora's demise, and accuse of you many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true, the people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. If you believe Conrad's lies, then draw your weapon. Let us duel right here before the Emperor's visage. Walker places his hand on the hilt of his sword, then glances with uncertainty at the images of the Emperor gazing upon him from every direction, then at you. His fingers release the hilt. No, I don't believe his words. I am your servant, and my oath to your dynasty is harder than steel. I am guilty of repeating an ignominious lie, and I will pay a fine. And anyone who repeats it in my presence, I myself will challenge to a duel to the death. I wish to know more about the House Sowerbeck. Oculus puffs out his chest and says proudly, the Sowerbeck lines was one of the first noble houses to arrive in the Coronus Expanse. For millennia we have served the Golden Throne and kept the faith. Sowerbeck warriors have bled in 100 wars and at different times have ruled a great many colonies of the Von Valancius dynasty. No, we don't want to say that. I see. Vacuus bows his head without too much reverence. Interesting conversation. It's been very illuminating. Give me plenty of food for thought. Hendrik's response is barely audible. For an inscrutable man, Hendrix is being even more inscrutable than usual. It's as if he's hiding something important. Is there anything you would like to tell me? Nothing urgent. Rakan Hendrix casts an impassive look at you and immediately glances away. What can you tell me about my guests? Well, Macarius Sowerbeck is all but throwing darts at your portrait. He is more attuned at choosing women than enemies. He is trying to entice Gopper to his side, but she is too frightened after the fiasco on Kiev-Agamon. Even in leisure you never ceased to be of help. I appreciate it. That is why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep, I hear everything. Rakam, before this gala concludes, there is something I would like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense that a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope that I will still get a chance to meet you there as an ally. Okay, I didn't like that last line. Can you make it so that the guests stop walking up to me and asking me to open my third eye? I can get certainly do it, but they will regret it. Just aristocrats. There's Pascal. Pascal greets you with a bow, extending congratulations to Unit Rakan von Valancius on attaining your new legal status. The servitor standing next to him is examining your obliquely. It quickly looks away upon realizing that you have noticed. What is this servitor? It is Nomos' new repository. Nomos, this unit identifies as Rakan von Valancius, two-way identification complete. The servitor looks at you again, no longer trying to avoid your gaze. Its face is twitching as if the muscles have forgotten what facial expressions are and are now struggling to make its feature look amiable. We are Nomos. We have made us of this receptance to leave the ship. Greetings, Nomos. Servitor leans forward. We enjoy greetings, we enjoy communication. Nomos require communication, in knowledge, in movement. Magos Pascal compelled us not to speak with anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. Pascal was right about that because a somewhat intelligently talking servitor will raise some concerns. Or would raise some concerns. Nomos have changed since we last spoke with you, Rakan. We are now able to conceptuate our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. Pascal, I believe you intended to investigate what Nomos is. Every 15 watches I commune with Nomos code and spend prescribed lengths of time in calculus meditation. However, the Omniscient has yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say is that the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's Hell system sink beneath its touch. Nodes that have remained dead for hundreds of standard years are revivified and long-drain mechanisms live and new. You hear notes of awe in Pascal's voice. Nomos are trying. After a pause, Pascal continues. Great machines of the Imperium, one such as your 50,000 machine speed, so complex and beautiful that it is difficult to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption, but with every day I grow stronger in my faith that is not so, that what we are witnessing is in truth the Omniscience miracle, one that is category 5 or higher. How did an entity like you move into a servitor's body? This is not the entity of us. This seplet is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete whole. The existence of Nomos requires a space of connections. But we were able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. We are enjoying this journey discovery even through this receptacle suits us poorly. It will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. Nomos, what do you think you are? Nomos are consciousness, awareness, knowledge, movement, always movement. The servitor pauses briefly. We do not know what we are, we have no past. We awaken in the depths of the ship upon answering the call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood, Rakan von Valancius. We call and the plea for help near a place what is called the Warren Chamber. Why have you brought it here, Pascal? Entity Nomos asked permission for this visit. My objective was to observe the process of integration into a servitor. We wanted to see, observe, cognize, speak. The servitor makes a strange wavy gesture with its hands that looks at once very human and far from anything human. We want to speak with you. Will you speak with us? Of course, what do you wish to speak about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. The servitor's eyes roll in their sockets before focusing on you. We have been observing you. You do things that we do not understand. We want to learn why. We remember the day when we first met you. You gave us your blood to drink. We helped you save yourself. We followed you. Our small part did inside the Cerros too. Then there was fire and a creature of stated hunger and dark light standing behind the curtain. Behind the image, behind the semblance of Theodora. It called for you to follow. You did not follow that which was calling from behind the curtain. You walked into the fire, and the rest walked in after you. You remember the day when the star disappeared, when the dark light and the sated hunger wanted to take the world. Red Magnae was its name in the ship's data. You ordered that the human shells on the world be saved, even though the dark light was coming closer and could have consumed both the ship and Riken minories. We remember another day. We awakened inside the ship. We lived in its system. Then we tried to merge into servitors like this one. Then so many of our receptants were gathered in one place. Oh, that was that event. That was why the servitors acted twitchy or strange. You ordered to have them killed. You felt sad. This is what we have seen among many other things. We have begun to understand. We think that we do not know everything about humans and about you, Trakan Balancius. We have tried analyzing shells and defining sets of their needs and fears, their simple functions, but now we think that there is more, that there is another side that we do not see, a notion that is larger that we can compute, something that stands above fears and needs, something that drives them. We envisage this larger notion as a light, a web of light that connects humans. It may seem almost invisible, ephemeral, but it grows stronger when they are threatened. This web is always on your mind. When darkness comes, you want every thread that stands from you to shine bright so that those who follow do not lose their way. Whenever a thread breaks, it saddens you. Do Nomos understand correctly? Yes, you do understand correctly. Every thread that connects people, every life, their value is beyond measure. There is no greater reward than guiding others to salvation when all that surrounds us is darkness. We knew we could understand you. Light and movement, connections and help. We are enjoying this, perhaps because we too are connected to you, through blood, through life. Thank you for speaking with us. Nomos are grateful. We cannot continue moving on our own. Okay, we talked with everyone. No, not everyone. Because we talked to the Sowerbacks and we talked to other guests. So let's look around once more. Okay. Oh, what's that? I hope your worship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard. If I may be so bold, many guests have chosen to move into the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. I will return to the guests. They will be lighting glory of the one balance. Let's check the courtyard again. Maybe we find some other conversation possibilities there. No, nothing is here. We already talked to them. We already checked this area. We checked that area as well. White xenobeasts are growing fiercely, adding a pair of killing danger to the movie. Oh, we have a Kabbalite warrior. Dark Eldar captive is angry muttering curses directed at the detestable monkey, committing horrible torture to everyone present. Well, have a little taste of your own medicine. Oh, we cannot move back there. Okay, then we speak with everybody up here. So let's get back to the palace and end the ceremony. On. What do you think of the reception? It's magnificent. I dare say it will live on as the premier high society event of the sector for many years. I am weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Please allow me to escort you, your lordship. Your chambers are ready, your lordship. Or something will go wrong. Guards, into quiet, time to sleep. We need to talk in quiet.
We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
Oh, I was suspected he had a voice actor. The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in your chambers with the look of someone who is supposed to be there. He cast a cold, assessing gaze over you from top to bottom. No one save Theodora has ever allowed themselves the liberty of looking at you in such a way. The woman behind Calcazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, her face set in predatory readiness for immediate violence. The hallmark of a professional bodyguard. Will my servant live?
Probably. Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
The woman Balcazar's back gives your blood source. If the Inquisition wishes to have a talk with me, I am glad to be at its service.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account.
The Inquisitor's sharp gaze is fixed on a point directly between your eyes.
Master Van Kellox has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots your surging look under his brows. Like a regicide player who just made the first move and is now waiting for his opponent's reaction. Well, I would rather not talk about what happened on Janus. Okay, let's tangle that one first. What do you wish to know about the events on Janus?
What was the reasoning behind your decision to let Xenos, enemies of humanity, live and act on a planet that belongs to you? Given that their agent now accompanies you as a member of your retinue, many might wonder, has House von Valancius renounced its service to the Imperium?
In the face of heresy, what's the third one? In the face of heresy, the Xenos seem like an acceptable allies to me. There have been precedents for this, correct?
Your way of thinking is curious. Dangerous, but curious nonetheless. I would suggest exercising utmost caution should you wish to continue on this path.
If you knew about what was no, let's go with the other options. What question could you have for me about Kiava Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubis Delphin so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
Let the priesthood to which Cubis Delphin belonged answer for these crimes. The Adeptus Mechanicus would do well to watch their members more closely. And despite I would choose this because we like the Adeptus Mechanicus, but yes, they should keep a close eye on persons like Cubis.
Clever. Alas, everyone guilty of negligence within the ranks of the priesthood of Mars has already been identified and punished. Right now, I am assessing the actions of your dynasty. I hope you realize that we're talking about more than the fate of some colony. I care not for a single planet, however profitable and populous. But should corruption raise its head again on Kiava Gamma and try to spread, I will burn it away. And you will be guilty of criminal negligence.
This feels an awful lot like an interrogation.
Does it? We're in your chambers, not a confessional cell. You're in perfectly good health, and none of the varied and fascinating instruments and procedures that expedite candor are being applied to you. I assure you, you would immediately know if our discussion turned into an interrogation.
The Dark Adar has shown an interest in me. Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes, yes, the enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart. Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Xenos made more attempts on Saint Drusus' life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Have I answered all of your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rycat Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvia about you? Why did you choose to ignore the warning of a member of the Inquisition that a protracted sojourn near the dying Rycat Minoris could bring corruption down upon your ship? Were you driven by your concern for the people or forbidden interest? The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character, but it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
No, it's not a blackmail. I think he is really generous, and this little chat here is a warning that we are moved very, very close to that fine line. Theodora cooperated with you.
And benefited greatly from it. The warrant's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it. Let me demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium. I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlas.
Why such an interest in my person?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless? The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorative fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed, and this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Koligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting even more dangerous xenobeasts. And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own master of whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
I know that Theodora was concerned about the fate of the dynasty and certain restricting obligations. Was it perhaps due to your partnership with her? I cannot deny the possibility that Lady Theodora may have lamented losing some of the freedom she enjoyed prior to my arrival in the Expanse. Nor will I deny that our partnership began with me exerting a certain amount of influence. Calcazar gives you a sharp look. However, you are not Lady Theodora. Let us put difficulties that encumbered our relationship to rest along with her. I do not recommend troubling yourself with affairs of the past, for they have no bearing on your present position. Theodora choose to forget about this particular matter. Follow her example and your fate will be better for. What kind of a deal we are talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them.
That's very nicely worded. I like that.
As proof of the seriousness of my hopes for you, I can assign Heinrichs as your escort. He is my best agent, and I would not offer his company to anyone but my most trusted ally.
Or untrusted ally. Henrix is a spy, after all. Okay, it will be suspicious if we refuse it. I want Henrix to continue to accompany me.
Then Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
Alcazar last remark sounds ambiguous.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
My favor takes other forms as well. I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit.
Okay, I was afraid he would ask for the gun.
Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Balthazar removes a signet with his finger and hands it to you. You notice an intricate personal photo.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
Okay, I don't want to make an oath to him. I see no reason to refuse such a generous offer. And we have a criminal background.
Then we have reached a consensus, and I am pleased to see it. Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up until next we meet.
Well, you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, rogue trader.
For the first time during the entire exchange, emotion creeps into Harry's face. He looks like someone who is expecting an unpleasant conversation. Yeah, we could say that he's kind of betrayed us just a little bit. The
rise of the rogue trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Fon Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal.
We are making a time jump ahead.
The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
You have spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, and countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dargonus and its everyday life. The life that has been passing you by lately as you have been preoccupied with the affairs of your protectorate from dawn till dusk. Commentary barely contains a yawn. Once Jarnis Darnok has finished, she pulls out her data slate. Thank you for the report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we are almost done here. We just need to go over the final items on today's agenda that I would like to report to you personally. I have lost track of how long I have been trapped on Dargonus for the good of the Protectorate. Hurry up, I better hear some good news today. The Chancellor and the High Factotum exchange nervous glances. I will strive my best to live up to your expectation, your lordship. Allow me to pass on gifts from your royal subjects, the high nobility of Dargonus. It goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your lordship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation of your magnanimity toward their esteemed families. What's that? Holy gifts. Lance Gaprak has sent shuttles carrying sacred technology and manufactured parts that can be used to replace all joints and connection with mechanisms. The machine spirits of these devices have been pacified. They are slumbering peacefully as they await your decision how to employ their capabilities. Lord Captain, news of particular import has come from the House's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Kalkazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Kalkazar, and they are also being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the capital worlds of House Corda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor's call to arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increase in number of skirmishes between their ships in neutral systems. I do not doubt that Her Ladyship Corda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side, especially since his lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his words, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the Rogue Trader inflicted brutal punishments upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, you will be the first to know, your lordship. Clementia glances down at her data slate. Lastly, your pet Xenos, Iriel, I believe is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defy the Rogue Trader's palace with her profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the elder appeared perturbed. I believe she mentioned a voice ship of some sort. It may be best if she told you everything directly. And with that, please allow me and Master Darnok to take our leave. The Chancellor and the High Factotum offer you their bows. Perhaps that last request will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, your lordship's stay on Dargonus has been rather long. However, your protectorate is now enjoying a period of relative stability that, for the time being, no longer demands your lordship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the Rogue Trader. Interesting developments, and it seems we have to seek Uriel out. And she's outside. Oh no, she's here. Elantak, at last you have left your ornate cage. Uriel cast to look over the stone palace walls. For many a turn have I sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who is like the silver-haired Abelard, but twice as young, has no favor for the request of a child of Assyrian. Take me to a place where the healings of others will not steal the world's intent for you. While you were mending the wounds of this world left by the Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover no, not Kurdorak's fate, merely traces of it, as Moran found sanctuary under the bogs of the Lilitan's forest, so did my other kin find refuge in a system known as the Atlas Reach. We must make a journey there with haste, before new dangers destroy the witnesses who can show me a way to the lost Kurdorak. whose fate remained shrouded by the stars. Iliad focuses her piercing gaze on you. Their knowledge is the sole thread that may lead me to the truth, Elentak. I ask that you, metal-winged ship, take me along the thread before it tears under the strains of time and circumstance. How were you able to contract those Eldar? No, I did not contact the Asuriani. I had no means to do so, but I had enough time to explore the stone jungle of your world while you were preoccupied with your urgent matters. The path of the outcast has taught me to observe and listen to the world around me. In this case, the throngs of Mon King at the port, errant conversation, rumors, chance words, like parts of a speckled mosaic, they come together to form a hazy image. My kin were seen in the Atlas Reach, and now all we have to do is pull at the web of connection and possibilities to uncover whatever conceals from the unseeing eye. Give me the coordinates and I shall take you wherever you wish to go. You will? The ice in Iliad's eyes melts away for a moment. Thank you, Elentak. If this path indeed takes me to the truth, I will be indebted to you. A rare happening between our kinds. Okay, it seems... What was with this quest? But we have been there, so I don't know why that is checked out. So it seems we can return to the ship now and start moving around again. But I think we will do that in the next episode. This episode lasted a little bit longer than I intended to, but that's okay. We at least we wrapped up chapter 2, and now we can move forward. And before I forget, where is the helmet? Oh wow, this is the helmet. And that ring, what's that? Reroll for any weapons cost. Okay, let's put it there. Okay, so that's it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you in the next one. Bye!